more than 25 years, the FBI has been trying and failing to decode the final message of a man who may have died with the answer to his own murder in his pocket. A cipher so complex, even elite codebreakers who cracked Nazi intelligence during World War II couldn't solve it. Welcome back to Unit 47. Today, we're diving into one of the FBI's most haunting unsolved mysteries, the death of Ricky McCormick and the coded notes found in his pockets. Who killed Ricky McCormick? And what did he try to tell us before he died? Well, watch to the end to find out, because this case only gets stranger. Ricky McCormick was born on June 14, 1958, and almost immediately, life seemed to stack the odds against him. Ricky struggled mentally from childhood. His teachers and schoolmates remembered him standing alone during recess, acting strangely and telling stories no one else understood. Even his own mother believed he was retarded. His Aunt Gloria recalled a psychiatrist telling them, "Ricky has a brick wall in his mind, and he refuses to break it." According to his aunt, Ricky didn't like his life. He didn't like being poor. So he escaped into his imagination, the only place things made sense to him. By the time Ricky dropped out of high school, he could barely read or write. His family said he scribbled instead of spelling. His cousin remembered he spoke like he was in another world, and may have been schizophrenic. Lacking a high school degree, Ricky spent his life doing night shift jobs and surviving on disability checks for chronic heart issues. But in 1992, everything changed. At age 34, Ricky was charged with statutory rape after fathering 2 children with a girl who was under 14. But his family only knew her as Pretty Baby. His lawyer argued he wasn't mentally capable of understanding what he'd done, but the court ruled him fit for trial. Ricky pled guilty and spent 13 months at the Farmington Correctional Center. And when he got out released from prison in 1993, he didn't come back to a fresh start. He walked into something darker. Ricky eventually got a graveyard shift job at an Amoco gas station in downtown St. Louis. It was a rough area, the kind of place where bad things happened after dark. The gas station was run by 2 Palestinian brothers, Juma and Baha Bob Hamdallah. Both were known for their violent reputations. And while working for them, Ricky made several unexplained trips to Florida. On these trips, he kept in contact with his girlfriend, though he never shared in details about his trips. But his girlfriend suspected something was not right. Then one day after his last trip, Ricky vanished. On June 30th, 1999, a farmer in St. Charles County, Missouri, stumbled on a decomposing body in an open field, 20 miles from Ricky's home and workplace. It was so badly deteriorated that portions of his fingers had already rotted off. Animals had gotten to him and his clothes were filthy. The medical examiner ruled the cause of death undetermined, but investigators believed he died elsewhere and was dumped like garbage on the field. The Bureau Commander of Criminal Investigations for the St. Charles County Police Department told reporters, "This case is quite a puzzling one, and my instincts say it's foul play. We just haven't been able to prove it." With no witnesses, no murder weapon, and not even a missing persons report, the investigation was heading nowhere until detectives looked in the dead man's pockets. Inside, they found 2 sheets of paper covered in dozens of rows of capital letters, numbers, dashes, parentheses, and symbols. No patterns, no recognizable words, no obvious meaning. Just a cipher that made no sense. Investigators passed it to the FBI's Cryptanalysis and Racketeering Records Unit, the same team that cracked Nazi spy messages during World War II. They ran every test, tried every tool they had, and even consulted outside experts, but nothing worked. According to the FBI, cracking a cipher requires 4 steps. 1. Identify the language. 2. Identify the system. 3. Identify the key. 4. Reconstruct the message. But with Ricky's notes, the experts only got to step 2 and stopped. So in 2011, 11 years after his death, the FBI made a rare move. They released the notes to the public and asked amateur codebreakers for help. Tips soon flooded in. Some of the codebreakers said that Ricky's notes looked like medical reminders. Others saw the name Seth. Some saw hospital terms. But the McCormick family didn't believe any of it. Why? Because they swore he could barely write. His mother even said police originally told her the only thing in his pocket was an emergency room slip. The family only learned about the coded notes when they were shown on TV in 2011. But here's the twist. Other relatives remembered Ricky using codes in notebooks as a child. The FBI insisted the notes were not gibberish. They believed Ricky's strange writings may contain real information, possibly even clues about his death. According to their analysts, they've seen plenty of nonsense, random keystrokes, meaningless scribbles. But this, they said, was different. So what did Ricky write? And why did he have those papers on him when he died? Was he trying to tell us something? In the days leading up to his death, Ricky's health had taken a serious turn. He showed up at Barnes Jewish Hospital's emergency room on the 22nd of June, 1999, complaining of chest pain and shortness of breath. Doctors treated him and discharged him 2 days later, instructing him to return for follow-up visits over the next week. But Ricky McCormick would never make it to those appointments. After leaving Barnes Jewish, McCormick took a bus straight to his Aunt Gloria's apartment. Her home had always been a sanctuary to him, a place where the world felt a little less heavy. Ricky had always been closer to Gloria than to his own mother, who lived just around the corner. But this visit was different. He stayed only an hour, sharing small talk, revealing almost nothing about what he was feeling. And when Gloria offered to drive him wherever he needed to go, he refused. He simply walked out into the late afternoon light. Her last memory of Ricky is the sight of him heading down the street alone. Around 5 p.m. the next day, June 25th, Ricky entered the emergency room at Forest Park Hospital, less than 2 miles from Barnes Jewish. This time he said he was having trouble breathing after mowing grass. The doctor diagnosed it as another asthma flare-up. He wasn't admitted. He was officially discharged at 5:50 p.m. But when he actually left the hospital, remains unclear. Gloria later heard that Ricky may have spent that entire night in the waiting room, only walking out the next morning. On June 26th, he phoned his girlfriend at about 11:30 a.m. He told her he was out of the hospital and was on his way to the Amico to get a bite to eat. At least one gas station employee told police he last saw McCormick there the next day, on June 27th, the same day the medical examiner believes he died. When detectives questioned Ricky's girlfriend, Sandra Jones, she told them the last time she spoke with Ricky was on the 26th. She also revealed something darker. She believed Ricky had been smuggling marijuana for 2 brothers, Juma and Baha Bob Hamdallah. According to Jones, Ricky would take on small jobs for cash, picking up and delivering packages. He'd taken trips to Florida before, and more than once, he brought marijuana back to the apartment they shared in the Clinton Peabody housing project south of downtown. The drugs were always the same, sealed in Ziploc bags, rolled tight into bundles the size of baseballs. Ricky once told Jones he was holding those stashes for Baha Hamdallah, but she added something else, something that made investigators pause. Ricky seemed different after his last trip. Nervous, on edge, scared. Police weren't expecting that. And suddenly, they realized there was a lot more to Ricky McCormick than they initially thought. Because now, the question was unavoidable. Did Ricky witness something the Hamdallah brothers never meant for him to see? Did he learn something he wasn't supposed to know? A secret dangerous enough to cost him his life? The police then dug deeper into the Hamdallah brothers Juma and Baha, and what they found didn't ease their concerns. The two had a reputation for violence, and Baha, in particular, had a long trail of legal troubles. Several reports linked him to assaults involving firearms, but none of those cases ever led to convictions, mostly because victims refused to cooperate. Then investigators uncovered something even more troubling. In 2000, Baha Hamdallah was working as the manager of Charlie's Food Market in Madison, Illinois, when he shot and killed a customer, Robert Steptoe, after an argument. In June 2002, Baha was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to 20 to 60 years in prison. But the story didn't end there. Nearly 4 years later, in May 2006, an Illinois appellate court ruled that Baha's defense attorney had made a critical error by failing to bring a gunshot residue expert to testify in person. This opened the door for Baha to revive his claims of self-defense, insisting that the gun went off during a struggle between him and Steptoe. And on the 15th of May 2008, Baha Hamdallah walked out of court a free man. The St. Louis police informed detectives from the St. Charles County Sheriff's Department that they were also investigating another name, Gregory Lamar Knox. Knox was a major drug dealer who operated in and around the same housing complex where McCormick lived, and he was a suspect in multiple homicides, including at least 2 murder-for-hire schemes. According to police records, a confidential informant claimed Knox was responsible for the murder of a black man who worked at a gas station on Chouteau Avenue, a man whose body was later dumped near West Alton. Investigators also discovered that St. Louis police had linked the Hamdallah brothers to various criminal activities and to a possible association with Gregory Knox himself. Knox was eventually arrested on the 25th of July 2000 and later pleaded guilty in January 2001 to possession with intent to distribute crack cocaine and carrying a firearm during a drug trafficking crime. He served his sentence at the Federal Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky, and was released in November 2013. Investigators attempted to reach both Baha and Juma Hamdallah for comment on the case, but neither could be contacted. Their brother, Bahjat Hamdallah, told reporters that Juma now lives in the Philippines, while Baha has since married and moved back to the Cleveland area, trying to rebuild his life after the Illinois murder trial. When they reached out to Gregory Knox in prison and asked about Ricky McCormick and the allegations tying him to the murder, Knox wrote via email, "At this moment, this is all new information to me, and I have no information that could help your case." Despite surveillance on both Knox and the Hamdallah brothers, investigators ultimately found no evidence linking any of them directly to Ricky McCormick's death. Today, Ricky McCormick's death is still unsolved. His code is still unbroken, and the FBI still lists it as one of their top unsolved ciphers. Are the notes a clue to his murder? A personal language only he understood? A message he was too scared to speak out loud? Or were they something far more dangerous, something someone killed him for? Maybe the truth is hidden in those jumbled lines of letters. Or maybe the only person who could ever read them is long gone. Drop your theories in the comments. Let's crack this case together. And if you want more cases like this, subscribe now and join the squad. This is Unit 47, where every case has a secret. And every viewer becomes part of the investigation. Until next time, keep your eyes open.